Yo, this 2016 class was kind of ass. Like, oh my god, dude. Okay, so we're once again doing this. Watch last video if you don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, my god, dude. Um, so this is kind of weird. It's actually really weird because, um, I don't know. I want to like keep this consistent, like DLF all across these like 5 years, but I can only find like a first round ranking for these. So just I mean read that if you want to. I don't really care. I don't really care, man. I don't really care. Anyways, Ezekiel Elliott is the first pick, and once again, big school, athletic, big school, big, big school athletic running backs are always going to be at the top of draft boards as they should be. We saw Gurley, Gordon, and now Zeke, and they all been solid. But Laquan Treadwell, holy shit, what was going on there? Once again, I gotta pull up my notes, guys. Here we go. Um, what what were you thinking here, Ryan McDowell? I do like you as a co-host on a couple of podcasts, man, and I'm sure you would defend this pick because you are far smarter than me when it comes to dynasty football. I'll admit, I wasn't here in 2016. I was too busy like running like 8 miles a day and like breaking my right foot to to do football. You know, just kidding. I wish I was here. That'd have been way more fun than running because fucking dynasty is awesome. But that's besides the point. How do you come to the conclusion that Laquan Treadwell, who isn't particularly athletic and not particularly productive, is the second pick? I don't understand that. This could be biased hindsight, but I don't understand how you come to that conclusion. And I mean, Corey Coleman had a great profile, but he kind of looks like he kind of looks like a Chris Godwin. He kind of looks like a Tyler Johnson without with. I mean, he's athletic, but he looks like a Tyler Johnson. Um, I don't know how a profile like that gets this kind of rookie capital, and he did get hurt, so his busting isn't entirely due to his fault. But guys that come from not premier schools uh, need to do a, a ton on an absolute ton, and Corey Coleman did, but um, it's just risky taking someone from Baylor that high. That's a little bit smaller. Um, you know, you know, um, like I get Baylor is like a bigger school than like Bowling Green, but like everybody like the Bucks have drafted like Jalen Darden, Scotty Miller, um, Tyler Johnson, all these guys have like profiles that look like this. They're like analytical darlings, just from a little bit smaller schools. I don't know how he goes 103. And Treadwell, I don't know how he goes 102 either. These are just both um, not great rankings. But then once again, Josh Doctson, he has a very insane profile with very little holes. I don't know what to pick. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what to nitpick really. Um, he was really old when he got drafted, so maybe they don't draft old players. But like I don't know what to say because he just kind of busted like inexplicably. But getting to Tyler Boyd, um, he's not athletic, like whatsoever. Like he's a pretty poor athlete across the board, but he's just incredibly productive. Just incredibly productive with an absolutely like I believe it was like a 40% target share, which is like just unheard of, just absolutely unheard of. Um, so uh, I guess he's like the J Rob archetype for a receiver. Um, and if you don't know what that is, go back and watch the J Rob video because that's actually a pretty good video. Um, it's like a legit like insightful video. Basically, what that means is if you excel in like one thing but lack something that makes you traditionally successful, like for receivers, like if you're lacking athleticism but you have like an insane target share, um, you can find a way to make that work. And I guess that's happened for Tyler Boyd here. So he has the size and the production, but not the athleticism. So looking forward, I'll be looking, or I'll give if receivers like that get draft capital, I can justify it given I've seen Tyler Boyd's profile now. So I learned something, guys. Look at me. Um, Michael Thomas. You need to dig a little deeper for guys like Mike Thomas because he produced and broke out his second year on campus, but he was really old, so his breakout age doesn't look very good. So you put him in the models and he probably doesn't come out very solid. But he produced when he was on campus very early on. So you need to dig a little deeper. That's also a very big thing on these videos. You need to dig deeper when it comes to Dominator, especially for running backs, but for guys like Mike Thomas too. I mean, Mike Thomas, Calvin Ridley. These guys came into school late. You know, they came into school very late, but they produced once they were there basically. So yeah, Will Fuller. Um, we've seen Will Fuller be in a field stretcher role, but we've also seen him be a target hog, and Will Fuller's Dominator rating, I believe, is in the 90th percentile. I don't know off the top of my head, but his dominator rating proves that he's more than a speedster. You can run on offense through a guy like Will Fuller, and that's very important for speedsters. A guy like Tyler Lockett, I believe, has that same characteristic. Um, Will Fuller, guys that are not only speedsters but have a high dominator can be more than just field stretchers. That's a very important note to want to take away here once again. Um, and look at this, right? So, um, one of the biggest things I've learned doing this is just don't watch film. Okay, so Leontic or no, don't be invested in college football. Okay, just look at everything like a robot. Okay, because Leontic Carew, from what I've seen, um, wait a second. I don't know. Leontic Carew was out of the NFL, really early on for like off field shit, but he didn't have huge concerns coming out, and he still went in the second round, and people drafted him. So it's like, I mean, like reading this, like I guess he had like some concerns, but like it wasn't like Joe Mixon level. He's gonna beat women. You know what I'm saying? And like Joe Mixon's fine. Um, Tyreek Hill doesn't beat women anymore. I hope not. Um, like these things are overblown. You'll see later when we get to Stephon. Wait, is it was that last or no? I missed it. Where was Stephon Diggs? Wait a second. When was Stephon Diggs drafted? Stephon Diggs draft. This is a side note. Sorry, I'm really unorganized, guys. Stephon Diggs. What? Fucking fuck, man. Draft pick. God fucking damn it, dude. I hate myself right now. Can I just get the fifth round of the okay, 15. That should have been last video. What the hell? What the heck, man? Here, we're gonna go back and do a little modification here, guys. Hey, this shit funny much. So, Joe Mixon hasn't beat women in the NFL. He's been solid. Tyreek Hill hasn't beat children. Okay. Stephon Diggs, lacks the heart to to be good in the NFL. He lacks the heart, and there's not a lot of veterans in Minnesota to get him on track, so he's gonna bust. He falls to the third round of this expert league because he doesn't have the heart to play in the NFL. Guys, just look at his profile and you're like, he's a fucking stud. Just look at him like analytically like a robot and he's a stud. Like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Passing on him because he lacks the heart. Like what? You can't quantify that. You're watching it through a fucking grainy cell phone. Like this man is out here recording on a potato these Maryland games. Like it posted to YouTube. You watch like two of them. You're like, wow, he lacks the heart. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? That's an awful take, and it's consistent. Like every take that is just narrative based is just awful. I mean, Leonte Carew, he was at the NFL. You know what I'm saying? But like, don't factor that into your analysis that much, like if any. You know, most of the guys that are nut jobs, they're like you either don't know about them being nut jobs like Adarius guys, or they just like it just happens. Like you can't factor that into your analysis. You know, he lacks the heart. He's a fucking top 3 receiver right now, in the whole league. He's like a top 5 dynasty at the age of what 26, 27? Like what are you doing, man? Anyways, Devontae Booker. Booker, you want guys like Booker, okay? Booker has kind of busted, but you've seen him fill in for games as a starter, and he's been very good because he can handle workload. You want guys like Booker on your team, guys that have pass catching upside. They're big and they have a large dominator rating. You want guys like that because when called upon, like his rookie year, he was able to able to produce big weeks with big carries, and you get the point. Now for Braxton Miller, why? Why? I I I don't know how I feel about converted gadget players, but after looking at Braxton Miller, I'm lower than I once was. You know. And once again, Evan Ingram, when how many times do I have to say it? You don't spend early picks on rookies like this isn't bad. He's probably been the 11th best player in this class from a dynasty asset, but it's just really hard to have a guy hit their ceiling when they're taken in the first round of rookie draft as a tight end. If they're this late, like I guess you can justify it if they're like on Evan Ingram talent, but like anything earlier is just ugly, you know. And then Alex Collins, all I gotta say is he does ballerina. How good can he be at football?